forgotten lot superfood plant that grows food, harvests fast, and thrives with almost zero care. What if some of the most nutritious, fast-growing food plants were already hiding in empty lots, garden corners, or even growing as weeds around your home? In this video, we're uncovering 7 forgotten superfood plants that grow incredibly fast, produce generous harvests, and thrive with almost zero care, perfect for beginners, busy gardeners, or anyone wanting resilient homegrown food. These overlooked plants prove that building a productive garden doesn't always require effort, fertilizers, or perfect soil. Once you discover them, you may never look at empty spaces the same way again. Let's start. One, purslane, Portulaca oleracea, the wild superfood that grows almost anywhere. Purslane is often dismissed as a common garden weed, yet this humble plant is actually one of the most nutrient-dense leafy greens you can grow. Native to many parts of the world, it thrives in poor soil, cracks in sidewalks, and dry backyard corners where most crops struggle. Its fleshy leaves store moisture, allowing it to survive long periods without watering while continuing to produce edible growth. Gardeners who discover purslane quickly realize they already have a self-seeding, low-maintenance food source right outside their door. This makes purslane an ideal forgotten superfood plant for anyone interested in survival gardening, urban foraging, or easy edible landscaping. One of the biggest reasons purslane stands out is its remarkable nutritional profile, especially its unusually high omega-3 fatty acid content compared to other leafy greens. The leaves are rich in vitamins A, C, and E, as well as antioxidants and minerals that support overall health and wellness. Because the plant grows rapidly, you can begin harvesting tender stems within weeks of emergence and continue picking throughout the warm season. Frequent trimming actually encourages branching, leading to a thicker, more productive patch over time. For home gardeners looking for fast harvest vegetables with minimal effort, purslane is a reliable and rewarding choice. Growing purslane requires very little planning, making it perfect for beginner gardeners or busy homeowners who want edible plants without constant care. Seeds germinate easily in warm soil, and the plant quickly spreads to form a dense, ground-covering mat that suppresses competing weeds. It tolerates drought, heat, and neglect while still providing crisp, lemony leaves suitable for salads, stir-fries, and smoothies. Two, amaranth, Amaranthus spp, the ancient grain and leaf crop making a comeback. Amaranth is a remarkable dual-purpose plant that offers both nutritious leafy greens and protein-rich grain, yet it remains surprisingly underused in modern home gardens. Once cultivated by ancient civilizations across the Americas and Asia, amaranth is now regaining popularity among gardeners seeking climate-resilient crops. Its rapid growth, bold foliage, and adaptability to poor soil conditions make it an excellent addition to low-input food gardens. Many varieties can reach impressive heights within weeks, producing abundant biomass that supports repeated harvesting. For anyone exploring forgotten crops with high nutritional value, amaranth stands out as a powerful superfood plant worth rediscovering. The young leaves of amaranth are tender, mildly earthy, and packed with iron, calcium, and plant-based protein, making them comparable to spinach but often easier to grow. As the plant matures, seed heads develop that can be harvested and processed into tiny grain used for porridge, flour, or gluten-free cooking. This dual harvest capability makes amaranth especially valuable for small space gardeners looking to maximize productivity from a single plant. Additionally, Many ornamental varieties double as edible landscaping elements, blending beauty with function in backyard food forests. The combination of fast growth and multiple harvest stages positions amaranth as a versatile crop for sustainable home gardening. From a cultivation perspective, amaranth is incredibly forgiving and thrives in warm temperatures with minimal watering once established. Seeds can be directly sown in open soil, raised beds, or containers, and germination typically occurs within days under suitable conditions. The plant tolerates heat, moderate drought, and nutrient-poor soil, making it ideal for resilient gardening systems and climate-adaptive agriculture. Three, pigeon pea, Cajanus cajun, the hardy protein crop for long-term harvests. Pigeon pea is a perennial legume widely grown in tropical and subtropical regions, yet many home gardeners remain unaware of its extraordinary benefits. This hardy shrub produces edible peas rich in plant-based protein while simultaneously improving soil fertility through nitrogen fixation. Once established, pigeon pea can continue producing harvests for several years, offering a dependable food source with minimal replanting. Its deep root system allows it to withstand drought conditions that would challenge most vegetable crops. For gardeners seeking resilient, productive plants that support both nutrition and soil health, pigeon pea is an exceptional forgotten superfood. The edible peas can be harvested green for fresh cooking or left to mature and dry for storage, providing flexible culinary options throughout the year. Young leaves and pods are also edible in some culinary traditions, further increasing the plant's usefulness as a multi-purpose food crop. Because pigeon pea grows as a small shrub, it can function as a windbreak, living fence, or shade provider for smaller plants within polyculture gardens. This structural role makes it especially valuable in permaculture systems focused on stacking functions and maximizing ecological benefits. Over time, fallen leaves enrich the soil organic matter, enhancing long-term garden productivity. Growing pigeon pea is surprisingly simple, particularly in warm climates where frost is minimal and sunlight is abundant. Seeds germinate readily in well-drained soil, and once the plant reaches maturity, it requires very little watering or fertilization to continue thriving. Occasional pruning encourages branching and manageable growth while increasing pod production across the plant canopy. Many small-scale farmers rely on pigeon pea as a reliable low-maintenance crop that delivers food, soil improvement, and habitat benefits simultaneously. Four, lamb's quarters, Chenopodium album, the backyard wild green richer than spinach. Lamb's quarters is commonly pulled out as a weed, yet experienced foragers and gardeners recognize it as one of the most nutritious wild greens available. Often found growing in disturbed soil, garden beds, and field edges, this fast-growing plant thrives without fertilizers or special care. Its dusty-coated leaves help reduce moisture loss, allowing it to tolerate heat and irregular watering conditions. Many gardeners are surprised to learn that lamb's quarters can outperform cultivated greens in both productivity and resilience. As a forgotten lot superfood plant, it offers a dependable harvest from spaces where traditional vegetables might struggle. Nutritionally, lamb's quarters is frequently compared to spinach but contains impressive levels of vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, iron, and fiber. The young leaves and tender stems can be harvested continuously throughout the growing season, encouraging fresh regrowth after each picking. In the kitchen, it can be sautéed, blended into soups, or eaten raw when young, offering a mild, earthy flavor. Because it reseeds easily, Many gardeners allow a few plants to mature so that future crops emerge naturally. This self-sustaining growth pattern makes lamb's quarters an ideal plant for low-effort food gardening and edible landscape design. Growing lamb's quarters requires little more than observation and gentle management rather than intentional planting. Seeds germinate readily in warm soil, and plants quickly establish deep roots that help them withstand dry conditions. Occasional thinning can improve airflow and leaf size while preventing overcrowding in productive patches. In regenerative gardens, lamb's quarters often plays a beneficial role by accumulating nutrients from deeper soil layers. Egyptian spinach, Molochia, the heat-loving leafy crop with rapid regrowth. Egyptian spinach, also known as Molochia, is a beloved leafy vegetable across the Middle East, Africa, and parts of Asia, yet it remains underutilized in many home gardens. This tropical annual thrives in hot climates where traditional spinach quickly bolts or declines, making it a valuable warm-season alternative. Molochia produces abundant soft leaves that can be harvested repeatedly as the plant continues branching and growing taller. Its ability to flourish in warm temperatures with modest watering makes it a perfect candidate for resilient backyard food production. As a forgotten superfood plant, Egyptian spinach offers both culinary heritage and practical growing advantages. The leaves are rich in vitamins A, C, and K, along with minerals and fiber that support balanced nutrition. When cooked, Molochia develops a naturally thick texture that is often used to create comforting soups and stews in traditional cuisines. Because harvesting focuses on tender shoot tips, plants respond by producing more lateral growth, extending the productive season. This cut-and-come-again harvesting style allows gardeners to maintain a continuous supply of fresh greens for months. For anyone seeking fast-growing leafy vegetables suited to warm climates, Molochia provides consistent harvests with minimal input. Cultivating Egyptian spinach is straightforward, particularly in sunny locations with well-drained soil and warm conditions. Seeds germinate quickly once temperatures rise, and young plants establish rapidly with only occasional watering. Even in modest soil fertility, Molochia remains productive, although compost can enhance leaf size and vigor. Regular tip pruning helps maintain manageable plant height while increasing leaf density across the canopy. Chaya, Synodosculus aconidifolius, the perennial leaf vegetable that keeps producing. Chaya is a perennial leafy shrub native to Central America that has gained recognition as a powerhouse vegetable for tropical and subtropical gardens. Unlike annual greens that require replanting each season, Chaya can continue producing edible leaves for many years once established. The plant forms a sturdy bush capable of thriving in poor soil, drought conditions, and partial neglect while still generating abundant foliage. Because it grows as a long-term edible shrub, Chaya is often integrated into food forests and permaculture landscapes. As a forgotten superfood plant, it offers exceptional productivity combined with remarkable resilience. Nutritionally, Chaya leaves are known for their high protein content compared to many leafy vegetables, along with calcium, iron, and antioxidants. The leaves must be cooked before consumption, but once prepared, they provide a mild flavor suitable for soups, stir-fries, and traditional dishes. Harvesting encourages continuous branching, allowing gardeners to gather fresh leaves throughout the year in warm climates. Its dense foliage also provides light shade and habitat benefits within diverse garden ecosystems. This combination of nutrition, structure, and productivity makes chaya an outstanding multi-purpose plant for sustainable food gardens. Propagation of chaya is typically done through stem cuttings, which root easily in warm soil without complicated techniques. After establishment, the plant requires minimal watering and fertilization, relying on its deep root system to access moisture and nutrients. Occasional pruning helps maintain manageable size and stimulates fresh leaf growth across the shrub. Because chaya is tolerant of pests and environmental stress, it is frequently recommended for low-maintenance edible landscaping projects. Seven. Sunroot, Jerusalem artichoke, Helianthus tuberosus. The underground harvest that returns every year. Jerusalem artichoke, also known as sunroot, is a hardy perennial sunflower relatively prized for its edible underground tubers. Despite its productivity and adaptability, it remains overlooked in many backyard gardens where annual root crops dominate. Sunroot plants grow tall with bright sunflower-like blooms while quietly producing clusters of nutrient-rich tubers beneath the soil surface. Once planted, they return year after year with minimal intervention, making them a valuable staple crop for resilient food systems. As a forgotten-lot superfood plant, sunroot offers dependable harvests that require far less effort than many traditional root vegetables. The tubers are rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that supports gut health and provides a unique nutritional profile compared to potatoes. Their crisp texture and slightly nutty flavor allow them to be roasted, sautéed, or eaten raw in salads, offering culinary versatility. Because tuber fragments left in the soil regrow easily, gardeners often find sunroot patches naturally expanding over time. This self-perpetuating growth habit ensures continued production without annual planting cycles. For food security gardening and perennial vegetable enthusiasts, sunroot represents an efficient way to establish a long-term underground harvest. Growing Jerusalem artichoke is straightforward, requiring little more than planting tubers in a sunny area with adequate space for vertical growth. The plants tolerate diverse soil types and moderate drought, although occasional watering can improve tuber size. Tall stems may benefit from wind protection, but otherwise the crop demands minimal management throughout the season. Conclusion: these forgotten-lot superfood plants show that some of the easiest food sources are often the ones we overlook. Whether it's self-seeding greens like purslane and lamb's quarters, resilient shrubs like pigeon pea and chaya, or perennial root crops like sunroot, each plant offers a unique path toward low-maintenance food production. By welcoming these hardy growers into your garden, you can create a more sustainable, productive, and stress-free growing space that keeps giving season after season. Sometimes the smartest gardening move isn't planting more. It's simply recognizing the abundance already waiting to grow.